Hello and welcome to 2021 study of the 30-day mental diet. Every year around this time, we study through and we do a 30-day mental diet. Now, the question you might ask is, why a mental diet? We have diets where we eat certain types of foods. Maybe we will abstain from food, or maybe we will eat maybe a certain type of food. My daughter recently, she did a keto diet, or it might be a vegetarian diet or a vegan diet, or another type of diet where you only eat meat. Whatever type of diet, these things are for your body. But every single day we are consuming thoughts. We are not only consuming thoughts, but we never really think, do we really think about the thoughts that we're consuming every single day? We are bombarded by thoughts in media and also the people around us. We are consumed by thoughts. But we are going to take the time over the next 30 days to focus on the thoughts that benefit us. We're going to be introduced to an idea every single day. And we are going to meditate on those ideas and do exercises and focus on the ideas that are presented in this book. Now, just like a vitamin, they have a vitamin that says one a day. Take one vitamin every day to get the benefit. You don't take the whole bottle one day and just take it and expect the same benefit. No. When you read the 30-day mental diet, read one chapter at a time, meditate on the ideas, and do the exercises for that day. Write in your journal any thoughts that are observations that have come to your mind. Study the 30-day mental diet one lesson at a time, and at the 30th day, I guarantee you will see positive changes in your life. Today is day one, the first day, and it says, who are you? And that is a thought that every child has at a certain point when the child becomes self-aware. The child wonders, who am I? And a parent might say, you are Johnny, you are Michael, you are Susan, you are Mary. But is that who you are? And this is what we're meditating on this first lesson. Who are you? And in the subheading, it says, you are more than you think you are. So as usual, in the 30-day mental diet, I will read the introduction and let us go through these ideas. Have you ever taken time to really think about yourself? With the pressure and demands of present-day living, it may have been a little difficult, but perhaps at some time or another, there has been a chance to think, and no doubt the question has arisen in your mind as to just who and what you are. Puzzling question it may, to say the least, but one demanding a satisfactory answer if you are to avoid the feeling of a gnawing problem. And nothing is to be gained by pushing the question back into the limbo of the unconscious mind, where they still will be demanding answers whether you acknowledge it or not. This is why this idea was put here, is that it is important to know who you are. One of the great philosophers once says, man, know thyself. That is very, very important. Know who you are. Before you can move anywhere in life, you must know who you are. So let's move forward. I'm reading the same, the next paragraph. Just what are you? You know yourself as possessing a body. You know yourself as having certain emotional reactions. You know yourself as thinking in a certain way. But the real you, which has a body, which has feelings, which thinks, what is it? So we know from here, from this thought that is put here, that we have a body, but we are not our body. We have emotions, but we are not our emotions. We have thoughts. All type of thoughts come across our mind constantly throughout the day and night, but we are not our thoughts. We're separate from that. So if we are not our body, if we are not our emotions, if we are not our thought, who are we? Who are you? Let's move forward. Let's dive in deeper there. You have emotions. You get hungry, you get cold, you get hot. You have feelings of love, hate, anxiety, anger, fear, and joy. These emotions could not be what you are, for you experience them. But what is it that experiences them? Okay, let's go on. The brain, a machine. You think, or at least most people like to think that they think. What is it that does the thinking? The brain seems to be the part of the body in which thought resides, or is the channel of it for it. Physiology has never found a brain that could think by itself. Okay, so here we go. So we have thought about this idea. We're contemplating this idea of who am I? You're contemplating the idea, who are you? In fact, sometimes you may be, let's say you are a mechanic, you are a chef, you are an engineer. Sometimes we equate ourselves with our occupation, but we are more than our occupation. We are more than our trade. We are more than what we do. We are more than what we feel. And we are more than just the body. There is something else behind that. And we know that our brain is where thinking comes from. And the brain is what is actually asking this question. There's something behind the brain that's asking this question, who am I? But the brain is not asking that question. But there's something behind it that's thinking. So scratch that, start again. The brain does not think, but we know that there is a thinker behind the brain. So it seems to be that we are, in essence, part of the thinker. So let's move. The brain, with its billions of interconnected nerves, appears to be nothing more or less than a colossal computing machine. Such electronic machines are fast, accurate, and amazingly able. But electronic engineers have no hope that one will ever be able to think. Stop there before we go further. Okay. There's a lot of talk in these days in 2021 about smartphones, smart watches, smart TV, supercomputers, and all these things. But these things are creations. The creation can never be smarter than the creator, because the creation can never think. The creation can never create itself. It needs a thinker to create it. I want you to think about that again. Anytime anyone tells you any computer or any machine is smarter than you, rebuke them. No machine can ever be smarter than the thinker. No machine can ever outthink you. Okay. The brain, like the electronic computer, is also a machine. It neither can write Shakespeare's plays, paint Michelangelo's paintings, nor thrill to a sunset. There must be a thinker behind it. It would appear that that which you really are is something which thinks, something which has a body, which feels and has emotions, and which is aware of itself through the process of thought. Okay, so let's bring it all together. So we know that we are not our body, we're not our feelings, but we're not even our thoughts. But we are, whatever we are the thinker. We are something that thinks. And we are experiencing our life in this body through emotions, through heartaches, through the pressures of life. All we're doing is experiencing life through this medium. But we are not this body. We are not our thoughts, and we're not our emotions. So we should never let those things rule us and never let them have dominion over us, because we know that we are just thinking. So when we have emotional thoughts that may be negative and may not be helping us, sometimes it's better that we step back and realize, oh, that was a negative thought, but I am not that thought. Just simply observe the thought and move forward. If you have a feeling, some type of feeling, maybe whether the feeling is good or not, observe the feeling that you're experiencing within the body and know that you, as the observer, are greater than the feeling that you're experiencing right now. You are the thinker, and the thinker is greater than anything else in the universe. Chemicals together as long as you want, but will you ever be able to make them think? No. You are in essence mind, and it would stand to reason that you could not have created yourself, or else you would be able to create yourself time and time again. Stop. Let's think about the thought there. There's two thoughts that was just given to us here in the first day of the 30-day mental diet. First thought is that we are mind, and we did not create ourselves, or else we would recreate ourselves over and over. And also the other thought that's been put to us is that the mind is intangible. And as far as we move in science, in engineering, we can mix a million chemicals together, billions of chemicals together. We can create all types of machines, but we can never make them think. Thinking is a spiritual thing. And thinking comes from the one mind. So let's move on. Where do you come from? It appears that there must be something in the universe that is intelligent, that is capable of conscious thought. Since every man thinks, and since the universe is a unity and not chaos or divided against itself, there must be a single source of the thinker that man is. Important thing. The universe is in order. The universe has something behind it that is doing all the thinking. And it's important that we realize that there's no chaos here. The seasons come and go, and natural law is constant. So we know that there's somebody that organized this, some great thinker organized this whole creation that we live in. And even though we may think from time to time that we are by ourselves, we are not. If we look out in creation and see how organized creation is, we will realize, wait, there has to be something behind this great creation, some other thinker, some architect that's behind this. Okay, let's move on. It appears that there would have to be and must be an infinite thinker or mind which expresses in and through each person as that person. So that's our conclusion here today. That thinker, the great infinite mind of God, the infinite intelligence of the universe, expresses itself through you as you. Not only as you, but as your children, as your wife, as your co-workers, as your friend, as your mother, as your father. The infinite creative mind of God is expressing itself through all creation. And you are just one spark from the infinite mind of God. So we know now who we are. We are part of the infinite mind of God. That means you are part of the family of God. The DNA of God is in you. No matter what circumstances you might find yourself in right now, I need you to embrace that idea. Embrace the idea that you are part of the family of God. Let's move. You as an individual are a conscious, intelligent thinker, and your mind is and can only be an individualization of the one mind and intelligence. The mind is at once both infinite and particularized as your mind. Just like we just said before, the one mind of God, the infinite mind of God, is expressing itself through your mind and through your experiences. You are a part of the family of God, and I need you to embrace that. But let's go down and let's read some ideas that's put here. 1 Corinthians 3:16, in the part that says religion in the book, it says, "Know ye not that you are the temple of God, and the Spirit of God dwells in you?" So we know that our body is the temple of God, and the Spirit of God is in us. It's written right there in 1 Corinthians 3:16. Let us read the diet together. And this is one of the most important parts of the 30-day mental diet, that you read these diets and make it personal to yourself. Make it go straight into your subconscious mind. Read it with feeling and read it with vigor, so that these ideas will go straight to your subconscious mind. So let's read the diet together. Today, I identify myself with that which is greater than I am, which is both the source of what I am and is what I am. The one, infinite mind, intelligence, spirit, God, that created all things and is all things, is also in me as me. I know that my body is an expression of its infinite creativity, that my mind, my self-conscious ability to think, that which I know as my real self, is an individualization of the infinite mind of God as my mind. I now recognize the real me for all that it is, an expression and conscious activity of the mind of God, infinite consciousness. I am that which it is. It is that which I am. Each day I become increasingly aware that God is what I am. I affirm the reality of that power greater than I am. And as I do so with complete faith, belief, and conviction in it, and I identify myself with it, I accept and permit it to flow into ever fuller expression as what I am. The one mind, one life, God, with infinite power and creativity for good in all things, today finds an unhindered channel for increase and expression as me. Very, 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 very good diet. And one of the strongest point in this in this diet, it says each day I become increasingly aware that God is what I am. Remember, I said to you before, you are a member of the family of God. And the scriptures went on to say that know ye not that you are the temple of God and the Spirit of God dwells within you. Do not resist that idea, embrace it. And as you embrace it every single day, who you are becomes more clearer. Let's read the capsule supplement. There is only one spirit, one mind, spirit, or intelligence which increasingly flows into fuller, harmonious expression as all that I am. As I now affirm this and accept it, it is so done. So think about our lesson today. This is the first day of our lesson. If you don't have the book, you can look online and you can pick up. You can probably pick up an ebook version of this book. But think about the thoughts that we entertain today. If you have any questions, any comments, I would love to hear from you. Leave a comment below, leave a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can be notified every single day when the videos are uploaded to YouTube or whatever platform we're on at this time. I want to thank you, and I will see you tomorrow on the 30-Day Mental Diet.